A very good morning and welcome back to another daily market update where we discuss all the major pairs and of course gold. My name is Fabio and thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Now before we dive in the description of this video there is a link, guys, a link to become a profitable trader. There's a form, fill in the form, just leave behind your details and I will reach out. We're currently hosting private live sessions for a very small group of people. These are live trading, live backtesting, live Q&A sessions, including a lot more. All you need to do is just fill in the link down below yeah, if you want to become a profitable trader, I'll see you there. Now without further ado, let's just dive into the market and see where EURUSD is going to be heading next for the day. So euro dollar is currently consolidating quite a bit. Yesterday we had PPI news come out, guys. So what is PPI? It's the producer price index. It relates or it showcases the inflation on a producer level, and what we saw were that the numbers were bad, guys. Inflation on a producer level is currently reducing, meaning that there is deflationary pressure going on in the United States, which could indicate that there is a weakening economy, okay? And that would again hint into potentially cutting rates, which would be bearish for the dollar, okay? So what we're now currently seeing here on EURUSD is that we are still inside the daily fractal range. So what is the daily fractal range, guys? The daily fractal range is just purely the overall market structure here on the daily time frame based on the individual candlesticks. So we're currently inside this bullish fractal range here and we're inside daily demand. So as long as we remain inside this daily area of demand, there is still potential to push up higher, and I'm not yet looking for those short positions. Short positions for myself only become valid once we break the daily fractal low, and then I'll be looking for a potential short position. Otherwise, until then, I'm only interested in potential longs, okay? Going towards the 4-hour time frame, you can see that also the 4-hour fractal structure is being respected here with this 4-hour fractal low being respected. This is the 4-hour fractal low. This is the 4-hour fractal high. Now, what I mentioned yesterday's video is that these 2 wicks could act as an area of supply pushing the market down. As you can see, that pretty much happened. Now, if you're looking for a long position on your USD, you need to wait for this high over here to go. Once that high goes, then you can look for a long position. Otherwise, for now, it's kind of like in a no trading zone. Sells are not valid and longs are not valid as well. For longs, we would need to wait for this line to break. Then we have the long positions. For shorts, we need to wait for that daily fractal low to break. And then, yeah, we could look for shorts potentially next week. Okay, so that's what I currently have for EURUSD. No need to really overcomplicate it. It's as simple as that. Everybody's obviously looking for a potential pullback to occur, but we need to keep in mind that the overall market is still bullish and that there's nothing really to say about this over here, except for the fact that we're currently inside daily demand. Daily fractal structure is still bullish. So if you're going to be shorting this, in my opinion, you are kind of like taking a bit of a risk. Obviously it could sell off, but yeah, a little bit too risky in my opinion. I would want to wait for confirmation. Now on the dollar side of things, we can see that on the weekly time frame we obviously grabbed liquidity underneath this kind of like internal low that we have over here. I'll try to zoom in for you guys. So underneath this internal low, we swept that liquidity. Overall, if we zoom out, we can see that we are currently reacting to the previous 50% level of the overall range. That is a natural area of support and resistance. Here we had a nice fake out to the highs, so it's not strange that we're kind of like seeing a slowdown here from the dollar at 50% of the range. So keep in mind, this could cause a bounce and then, for example, potential downside push again. I am still interested in that further downside from the dollar, either if it happens after, let's say, retracing in towards this overall buy before the sell down, and then we sell off, or if we just kind of like consolidate here and then, yeah, push down. That's also fine for me. But overall, I'm still looking for some further downside from the dollar index, especially as well, again, this week with the bad numbers here for the dollar, with PPI coming out worse than expected, and also CPI, so consumer price index, so consumer inflation also coming out worse than expected. So not a very good week for the dollar in terms of numbers on inflation. So yeah, fundamentally still looking for further shorts. Yes, here on the daily time frame, we had pretty much this daily area of supply. So this daily imbalance candle over here, which was acting as an area of supply, that's currently still what's holding price from going up higher. If you're looking for longs on the dollar, then we need to wait for today's candle close. We need to see a strong candle close, and then yes, next week, this would then be your demand zone from where you could look for longs. Otherwise, this could just kind of like be, let's say, a consolidation phase, because we're obviously at a swing low, and at swing lows, the market tends to consolidate and just move sideways as we're currently doing. So it could just kind of like chop around here. So keep an eye out. Yeah, if you want to see those dollar buys, wait for a strong candle close. Otherwise, yeah, we could just see yeah, some consolidation go on over here, and then eventually just head down lower once again in towards next week. So that's pretty much just what I'm monitoring at the moment, really waiting to see what today's daily candle closure will do, and then we'll have more clarity on yeah, kind of like directional buys that we have next week. I'm currently already in an AUDUSD long position that I'm going to share now, because you guys know I'm in AUDUSD buys. I shared this on the live stream yesterday. I shared this inside Discord on Wednesday. Again, I got a lot of hate for it, guys. Really no need to hate on a position. The market is completely random. So just show a little bit of respect always, please. Because I share this stuff for free, right? And I just appreciate if you guys at least just take the time to appreciate that back as well. So look, here we have a key level of higher time frame support after grabbing liquidity underneath this level over here at around 0.6162. We can see kind of like that fake out on the weekly time frame. We even saw an additional liquidation wick over here. Then this over here becomes your demand zone, so the sell for the buy up. And I'm now pretty much just looking for that weekly upside continuation again, similar to what we saw on the dollar index, right? Looking for at least a retracement back up into pretty much 50% of the range, which you can again see is a key level of support and resistance. So looking for some more upside from AUDUSD. Overall AUD strength is for myself expected as well, because if you look at the monthly time frame, you can just see that we're at very, very strong lows here on AU. So for myself, it just makes sense for the Australian dollar to gain some more strength. Now, looking at the daily time frame, again, daily time frame is still fractal bullish. Here we saw a low sweep. This then becomes your fractal low. This then becomes your fractal high. 50% acting as an area of support again. And yeah, now just looking to close the week off strong with a nice bullish impulse in towards the highs. 4-hour time frame, again, looking good. If you can't handle the drawdown, then I feel sorry for you. At the moment, it's just consolidating a bit. It's kind of like stuck in this range. It's currently breaking an important level of support and resistance. If we again look over here, you can kind of see that this is a key level over here that it needs to break. So I'm anticipating currently that the 4-hour candle close will be strong bullish, and then in my opinion, we'll start pushing up higher again. So let's wait for this strong candle close, and if we can kind of like close above this level of 0.63, you can see that 0.63 is this over here. So this red line, it's a natural area of support and resistance. Let's just wait for it to close above that. If it does, then yeah, I'll be anticipating on further upside. So yeah, that's pretty much just what I'm looking for the day ahead. We had bad numbers on the dollar this week, so therefore just looking to close the week strong off with AU to push up higher. If it doesn't push up higher, perfectly fine. I'll just hold over the weekend and it could just consolidate like this, and then maybe next week we'll push up higher or we hit my stop loss. I don't really care, but I am in a long position on AU, and for myself, based on the weekly time frames, the weekly fractal structure, weekly support, and that weekly liquidation wick that we had over here, it makes sense for me to continue pushing up higher. Going into GBPUSD next. So GU, what are we seeing from there? Let me just get the right symbol. So GU still very, very slow. Overall, nothing really going on at all. We can see that the market is consolidating. Still this ascending correction. It's just, yeah, moving sideways. I don't really recommend trading GU at the moment. Daily fractal structure is still bullish. Yeah, there's not a lot to say. Slow price action that we've seen in the past with a lot of manipulation that we had over here is now kind of like, again, happening over here. So this is not really a level where you want to be inside. You want to be inside the impulsive moves, right? So here we had impulsive move. Here we had an impulsive move. And then when the correction happens, you kind of like need to wait for that cleaner price action to be provided, because at the moment on GU, on the 4-hour time frame, it's just an ascending area of consolidation with market structure being invalidated on all sides. So we just need to wait for kind of like momentum to get in, and then we'll get in on the momentum again. But yeah, for now, GU is like in a no trading zone for myself. Going into NZDUSD, still looking for further upside as well. Obviously, it's consolidating. You guys still know my overall bias is very similar to AUDUSD. Weekly time frame at the moment is bullish. Guys, what we can see here on the weekly is again very similar to AU overall. It's at a key level of higher time frame support, so it makes sense to rebound up higher. Obviously, I'm not going to say it's going to happen today or this week, but it just does make sense. Overall liquidation wick over here happening, getting out those early buyers who bought at support, and then here we form an area of demand. So this overall sell before the buy is your demand zone. We retrace inside of it and go into discount, and then from there, obviously, we want to see that further upside move. So 2 weeks ago or 1 week ago, this was the initial long position that I took down here after the 4-hour fractal structure shift, and now what's happening is that we are seeing a push up. We're seeing this descending correction. I'm now just looking for the next push up again to take out this high over here. So I'm following the overall weekly fractal structure, still expecting further upside from NZDUSD, as I've been calling already for the past few weeks. Yeah, what can I say more? Here on the daily time frame, it becomes a lot more clear that it's just moving sideways within this box. But overall, I am looking for it to continue up higher and higher. And the next upside push, in my opinion, will really come once we break above this level over here. So the 4-hour fractal high needs to shift, and then just look for that further upside push. But yeah, looking for those longs still on NZDUSD. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm looking for. Going into gold. Last of all, so gold, what are we seeing on that side? Gold overall didn't retrace as deep as I wanted it to. It's currently pushing towards 3,000. Yeah, expecting that to get hit very, very soon. Again, we did mention that we were bullish yesterday. Just didn't see a deep enough of a retracement into either one of the demand zones that we drew out. For now, obviously, we're trading at an all-time high again, so you don't ever want to be shorting at an all-time high, because I'm not here to call the top. I'm here to call the continuations. So you want to be buying only and only looking for buys. At the moment, it's consolidating, so it should give us a big move very, very soon. If you do see any liquidation very, very soon, so for example, here we have a nice wick where liquidity lies below, or for example, below this wick, or even below these three lows over here, that is where liquidity lies. So wait for a swipe of that liquidity, and then, for example, look for the reversal back up again on a market structure shift. A good example is, for example, over here, we get a big push up, we get consolidation, and then what happens is that you swipe all of these lows, and then from there you see the upside continuation again. So you kind of like want to see the same again, where you swipe the lows and then you see the upside continuation again. So that's what I'm waiting for on gold. Wish you all a fantastic trading day. Thanks for tuning in once again, and yeah, speak to you guys soon.